What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion. It's the end of the road for the Panigale V2 as we know it, so let's take our time to look through the history of this wonderful superbike. The Ducati Panigale V2 was released as the successor to the 959 Panigale in 2019, and it had a lot of cues from its older sibling, the Panigale V4. Before we go through the changes that was made to the Panigale V2, let's go through the heart of it and let's talk about that engine, the Superquadro engine that's on the Ducati Panigale V2. The Superquadro engine was introduced all the way back in 2011 and it was used in the 1199 Panigale. The Superquadro meant over square, which means that the bore of the engine was larger than the stroke of the engine. The bore is the size of the piston in terms of the width, then the stroke would be the distance that piston travels. And this was great for a superbike because the design of that engine allowed the bike to rev higher and also make more power in its revs, and this is the characteristic that they were looking for in a superbike. Then came the 955cc 959 Panigale. And that engine is more or less the engine that was introduced in the Panigale V2 with slight tweaks to meet the Euro 5 emissions. The bigger changes that the Panigale V2 introduced over the 959 Panigale was the styling, electronics, and slightly less weight. The styling cues, as I mentioned, was taken from the bigger sibling, the Panigale V4, where the front face was practically a carbon copy of the first Panigale V4 that was introduced. The electronics upgrades came in the form of upgraded rider aids, but also things like an upgraded TFT screen, which was a color screen now compared to the monochrome that was featured in the 959 Panigale. The Panigale V2 was marginally lighter than 959 Panigale, but I think the biggest change was that now the baby Panigale has received a single-sided swing arm as opposed to the double-sided swing arm that was both featured on the 899 Panigale and the 959 Panigale. The other big change in the Panigale V2 was the suspension updates that it received over the 959 Panigale, which was the big bore front Showa forks and also the upgraded rear shock. Over the years of its existence, the Panigale V2 remained mainly untouched, other than just some colorway changes and some special models that was introduced. The Panigale V2 lasted for a good 5 years, and as we know it today, the Panigale V2 with a Superquadro engine will cease to exist at the end of this year. The colorway changes were the white color, the red color, and also the black one, as I have one behind me over here. There were a few special models like the Troy Bayliss edition that got the Öhlins forks and shocks on it, and also the final edition that was just released a couple months back received those upgrades as well, and an upgraded paint scheme. As of the filming of this video, we're well into the month of September of the year of 2024, and there has not been any official announcements of a new baby superbike or a new Panigale V2 entering into Ducati's lineup. We believe they're going to announce a new Panigale V2 in the month of November of this year, and just because the emission rules are so hard to meet with the Superquadro engine, it's not going to have a Superquadro engine, but it will have a brand new V2 engine. Because don't forget, this engine dates back all the way back to 2011, where the world was completely a different place and the emission standards were completely at a different level than it is today. That being said, we're excited to see what the new Panigale V2 will look like, and you've probably heard it here first that there's a new one coming, it's just not official yet. We love the Panigale V2 over here at Motomillion, and the proof lies right there because we gave it all the love we can as a project here at Motomillion, but don't forget it was also loved by the enthusiasts because it was so approachable. Now that the Panigale V4 is released and we know that the price is astronomical, even for the entry-level models, we can't wait to see the announcement of the new Panigale V2 because we're hoping that it's still going to be an approachable motorcycle in terms of the price range, but also it's not going to be as intimidating as its older sibling, the Panigale V4. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.